Hello student, welcome to the online lecture of mathematics. Today we are going to solve additional sums from lesson number 10 banks and simple interest. Let us quick revise different types of account. Before this, can you tell me what is bank? Yes, a bank is a government recognized institution that carried out financial transactions. We can either deposit cash money in a bank or withdraw cash from it. For that purpose, we must open an account in the bank. There are mainly four types of account. They are: first one, current account. A current account is mainly for traders and those dealing in money on a daily basis. An account holder can deposit or withdraw money any number of times in a day. The bank does not pay any interest on the money in this type of account. Second one, savings account. A person can deposit a minimum amount and open a saving account. The bank pays some interest on the basis of the daily credit balance in the account. There are some restrictions on how often money can be withdrawn from the account. Third one, recurring deposit account. In this account, depositor deposits a certain amount every month for a specific period. This specific period varies from 12 months to 18 months. The bank gives an interest on the deposit which is more than that paid for the saving account. After the maturity period, the depositor gets the principal with interest. Fourth one is fixed deposit. A depositor deposits a certain amount for a fixed period in the bank. This deposit attracts a greater rate of interest than the saving accounts. Senior citizen gets a slightly greater rate of interest than the others in fixed deposit account. Next, ATM, credit and debit cards. An ATM means automatic teller machine. Card is used to withdraw cash without going to a bank. A credit card or debit card is used to carry out the transaction without using cash. An account holder can get such a card on request to the bank. A passbook is issued for a saving account and a recurring deposit account. Amount deposited, withdrawn, and the balance are recorded in it with their dates. Before starting with exercise, we will study two formulas. The first one is simple interest is equal to principal multiplied by rate of interest multiplied by time in years and divided by 100. Let me tell you what is the meaning of these terms. Simple interest denoted by the letter SI. It is a quick and easy method of calculating the interest charged on a loan or on an amount. Principal. Principal is denoted by the letter P. Principal means the money borrowed or the initial amount of money deposited in the bank. Rate of interest denoted by the letter R. It is the daily interest rate on the amount. Time in year is denoted by the letter T. It is the period or time given for the borrower to pay the loan. Now, this formula is divided by 100. Why? Because the rate of interest is always expressed as a decimal fraction. So, it must be divided by 100. So, our formula is SI is equal to P multiplied by R multiplied by T divided by 100. Our second formula is amount is equal to principal plus interest. In this formula, amount is the ending amount or final amount and principal amount is the initial amount. Amount is denoted by the letter A. It is the total amount or money which the borrower pays back to the lender at the end of the specific period. Now let us solve sums on it. Question number 1. Jethalal took a housing loan of 2,50,000 rupees from a bank at 10 PCPA for 5 years. What is the yearly interest he must pay and the total amount he returned to the bank? In this example, Jethalal has borrowed 2,50,000 rupees. That means principal fee is 2,50,000 rupees. Rate of interest R is 10 PCPA. Time period is capital T is 5 years. Now they have asked to find the yearly interest plus they have told to find the amount. Now, according to our formula, principal, rate of interest and time is already given in the question. The interest formula is I is equal to P multiplied by R multiplied by T divided by 100. Substitute the value in our formula, we get interest is equal to principal 2,50,000 multiplied by rate of interest 10 multiplied by time period 5 divided by 100. So we cancel both the zero from numerator and denominator. Then we get 2500 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 5. By doing the multiplication, we get rupees 1,25,000. Now we have to find yearly interest. For getting the yearly interest, we have to divide total interest by time. Therefore, we write yearly interest is equal to total interest divided by time is equal to 1,25,000 divided by 5 is equal to rupees 25,000. Now, lastly, we have to find total amount to be returned. Now, for this, we will use our formula amount is equal to principal plus total interest. Therefore, we write amount is equal to principal plus total interest is equal to 2,50,000 plus 1,25,000 is equal to rupees 3,75,000. From this, we get the last statement that the yearly interest is rupees 25,000 and Jethalal will have to return rupees 3,75,000 to the bank. Question number 2. If Pankaj deposited 1,50,000 rupees in a bank at 10 PCPA for 2 years, what is the total amount he will get from the bank? In this example, Pankaj has deposited 1,50,000 rupees. That means principal is rupees 1,50,000 rupees. Rate of interest R is 10 PCPA and time period T is equal to 2 years. They have asked to find amount he will get from the bank. For this, first we have to find simple interest and then amount. Let us use our formula of simple interest. I is equal to P multiplied by R multiplied by T upon 100. Substitute the value in our formula. We get P 1,50,000 multiplied by rate of interest 10 PCPA multiplied by time period 2 years divided by 100. By multiplying and divide, we get rupees 30,000. Therefore, we get the interest rupees 30,000. We have to find total amount. This we use our formula of amount, that is amount is equal to principal plus total interest. Therefore, we write total amount is equal to principal plus total interest is equal to 1,50,000 plus 30,000 is equal to 1,80,000 rupees. Therefore, we write Pankaj will receive rupees 1,80,000 from the bank. Question number 3. Javed deposited 12,000 rupees at 9 PCPA in a bank for some years and withdraw his interest every year. At the end of the period, he had received altogether 17,400 rupees. For how many years had he deposited his money? In this example, Javed has deposited 12,000 rupees. That means principal P is equal to 12,000 rupees and rate of interest R is equal to 9 PCPA. Also given he had received altogether 17,400 rupees, means amount is equal to 17,400 rupees. They have asked to find how many years had he deposited his money. In this example, first we have to find interest by using the formula of amount, that is amount is equal to principal plus interest. So we write amount is equal to principal plus interest. Therefore, amount 17,400 is equal to principal 12,000 plus interest. Therefore, interest is equal to 17,400 minus 12,000 is equal to rupees 5,400. Now, for getting the value of number of years t, we have to use the formula I is equal to P multiplied by R multiplied by T upon 100. Therefore, we write total interest is equal to P multiplied by R multiplied by T upon 100. Therefore, total interest 5,400 is equal to principal 12,000 multiplied by rate of interest 9. Time period we have to find T divided by 100. Therefore, T is equal to 5,400 multiplied by 100 divided by 12,000 multiplied by 9. By dividing and multiplying, we get T is equal to 5 years. Therefore, Javed had deposited the amount for 5 years. Question number 4. Fill in the blanks in the table below. Here, one table is given. In this table, you can see principal, rate of interest, time, interest, amount. Like these 5 columns are given. In question number 1, rate of interest 6%, time 4 years and interest 1,200 given, and we have to find principal and amount. In second question, we have given principal 8,000 rupees, rate of interest 5% and interest 800 rupees, and we will have to find time and amount. Solution. In question number 1, we are given rate of interest R is equal to 6 PCPA, time period T is equal to 4 years, and interest I is equal to 1,200 rupees. First, we will have to find the principal amount. For this, we will use the formula I is equal to P multiplied by R multiplied by T divided by 100. Therefore, we write total interest is equal to P multiplied by R multiplied by T divided by 100. By putting the value, we get 1,200 is equal to P multiplied by 6 multiplied by 4 divided by 100. Therefore, 1,200 multiplied by 100 divided by 6 multiplied by 4 is equal to P. By doing the multiplication and division, we get the value of P is equal to rupees 5,000. After getting the principal rupees 5,000, we will have to find amount. By using the formula of amount is equal to principal plus interest. Therefore, we write amount is equal to principal plus interest is equal to 5,000 plus 1,200 is equal to rupees 6,200. So, in example number 1, we get principal rupees 5,000 and amount is equal to rupees 6,200. In question number 2, we have given principal 8,000 rupees and rate of interest 5% and interest 800 rupees, and we will have to find time T and amount A. We will find time T by using the formula total interest is equal to P multiplied by R multiplied by T upon 100. Therefore, we write total interest is equal to P multiplied by R multiplied by T divided by 100. Therefore, total interest 800 is equal to principal 8,000 multiplied by rate of interest 5 multiplied by time period T that we have to find divided by 100. Therefore, 800 multiplied by 100 divided by 8,000 multiplied by 5 is equal to T. By dividing and multiplying, we get the value of T is equal to 2 years. Now we will find amount by using the formula amount is equal to principal plus interest. Therefore, we write amount A is equal to principal plus interest. Therefore, principal 8,000 plus interest 800 is equal to rupees 8,800. So, in this example 2, we get time T is equal to 2 years and amount A is equal to rupees 8,800.